Welcome to the show. I'm Kathy Ireland. There are more than 380 million tons of plastic produced each year, and much of it will end up in landfills where it will take as long as 500 years to decompose. Today, we're joined by Evanesce founder and CEO Douglas Horn to learn more about how his company is using innovative plant-based packaging to take on the global issue of environmental waste. Welcome, Douglas.
It's great to be here. Thanks so much.
Now, Doug, what inspired you to create Evanesce?
Well, I think it's very, very important that we have sustainable materials for packaging that can basically start with dirt, end with dirt, and are sustainable for the future.
Doug, what's the problem with traditional food packaging?
Well, traditional food packaging, as you've said, takes 500 years to decompose in a landfill. And what we need is materials that compost, go from dirt to dirt, and really, become sustainable and comfortable for people to use in the ways that they've used them before. And that's what we've accomplished through the plant-based material that we've created.
And can you speak about how your products are different from what's out there now?
Well, one of the things that we think is very, very important is cost. And so we've got a very low cost material that uses plant byproducts that are the waste material of food production to create packaging material that can basically be composted and is, creates a process that's very, very good and sustainable for the long term.
Wow. And so you said plant-based, so what would the ingredients be?
So basically we use like potato starch, cornstarch, tapioca starch. The interesting thing is our materials are actually independent of the inputs. So you can use a different number of fibers like wheat and rice and a huge number of different things. Whatever's the cheapest, which really keeps our costs down and really makes our material very, very exciting.
I mean, that is absolutely amazing. So Doug, why isn't it good enough for us just to recycle the plastic that we already use?
Well, the difficulty is only 10% of plastic is actually recycled. Basically most of it goes to landfills. Even in areas like Europe, where there's actually a lot more recycling than we have here in North America, it's still nowhere close to, still most of it goes to a landfill. And that's just, not acceptable. What we need to have is items that go to a green bin, go and get composted, dirt to dirt. We're back to where we started, and it's much more in a circular economy, much, much stronger and much more sustainable for the future.
To compete against the very cost-effective single-use plastics and styrofoams, one, we have to make sure that our technology can be very affordable for our customers, but also we don't necessarily think we have to compete against them, that we can actually partner with some of these customers to help license our technology so they can use it also.
The Evanesce Early Branch facility is producing compostable biodegradable drinking straws. This is a bioplastic straw, a little different than your traditional straw. It's plant-based. We are going to, at full production, produce approximately 80 million straws a month.
We're combining my extensive experience in thermal molding of containers from renewable materials with dedicated technical equipment from an Austria-based Swiss company for industrial realization. Then American coating technology and newly developed film technology from Germany for moisture protection.
Our society is becoming increasingly aware of the severe damage to ecosystems and the environment caused by the massive quantities of plastic waste. Plant-based packaging presents a number of advantages. It's renewable, it reduces our consumption of fossil fuels, it decomposes without leaving microplastics, and it can be composted and used to grow new plants. This closes the loop on the circular economy.
Doug, can you tell us about the products that you've got with you here today?
Sure, no, I'm happy to. Basically, as you can see, we've got a number of different trays here. And the exciting thing about the trays, I think, is as you can see, they look and feel a little bit different because, they're made out of different starch and different fiber. And, that's the really exciting part of our technology, that it feels and really looks like styrofoam, but it's all plant-based. And really, that's the key to it for the future.
Wow, so that's just going to turn back into dirt in 90 days.
Exactly. Well, actually less than 90 days. It decomposes in 34 days. And, it's really what makes it so exciting and makes it, so that it's sustainable for the future. And these things are really, really important for future generations.
So Doug, even as a relatively new company, Evanesce has already positioned itself as an industry disruptor. What's next?
Well, I'm excited because, we have our products that we have in the market right now. The opportunity that we have ahead of us is really limitless. We can make many, many items. This is a $980 billion market. And I'm really, really excited for the future because I think we have some excellent material that, I think and hope will become like styrofoam and really, really change the way that people do things and really make it much better and more sustainable for the future.
So Doug, with such innovative technology, how do retail costs compare with some of the packaging that's already on the market?
Well, for compostable packaging that's on the market, we're about half the cost. And when I say half the cost, we're actually half the cost of the cheapest that's available. There's compostable packaging in the market that's actually like 5, 6, 7 times the cost of traditional styrofoam and plastics. And it's just not sustainable. It's one of the reasons why industry finds it difficult to adopt. And it's one of the things that consumers, they care deeply about the environment. When the cost, is high, they're not as willing. So it's important, and that's why I think our material will be very successful.
Well, thank you so much for all that you're doing. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us today.
Great. Well, it's so good to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. I'm Kathy Ireland.